Welcome to Building Resilience from a Distance. Social emotional character development best practices for distance learning. I'm Tracy Chauvin, social worker at East Antioch Elementary and Brookwood Elementary.
And I'm Paula Pyle, social worker at Bennyhoven Elementary. So let's start with, what is resilience? Resilience is the skill of noticing our thoughts, unhooking from the non-constructive ones, and bouncing back quickly. This is a skill that can be nurtured and trained. Effective strategies to use include calm, reflect, and connect. Calm, focusing our minds builds a muscle of resilience that will serve us time and time again. When we practice bringing ourselves back to the present moment, we deepen our capacity to cope and weather all sorts of crises, global or personal. Reflect. Reflecting, just meet this frustration with reflection versus that immediate reaction. And connecting, compassion is the intention to be of benefit to others, and it starts in the mind. Practically speaking, compassion starts by asking yourself one question as you go about your day and connect, virtually and in person, with anyone. How can I help this person to have a better day?
Knowing about resilience, we know that it involves behaviors, thoughts, and actions that anyone can learn and develop. This video will give us insight into why social emotional practices are so important during this time of distance learning.
A very happy brain.
Friends, this is the story of how Broody, a very unhappy brain, became very happy. You see, Broody struggled with fear and self-doubt. He felt unsafe and unworthy. He didn't know what to do. Then Broody's friend suggested an idea. Together, they went to school to learn about the brain and about themselves. Come, let's find out what they learned.
A short course in happiness. Your brain has trillions of junctions that magic millions of its functions. Let's learn about 3 traits of the brain that in overdrive can get you drained. First trait, your brain feels others' pain as its own. Your brain hurts just the same, in personal or beloved's pain. The same neurons fire when you are in despair, and when someone else is hurting about whom you care. Second trait, for your brain, imaginary is real. Your brain lights up the same nerve bundles for events real or imagined stumbles. If you dream of a spider on your shin, it might cause the same dread as the real thing. Third trait, the brain can't tell physical pain from emotional hurts. The pain of a mean scorn stings the same as agony of a hurtful thorn. Broken bone and broken heart both cause the same smart. Millennia ago, the spiritual minds scribed in their devotions, hymns, and rhymes the same truths that the scientists of today write in theses, books, journals, and essays. What do they all say? To find inner contentment and plenitude, snug yourself in the comfort of gratitude. Your greatest joys come from passions that are lush with true and deep compassion. Once you're lost in healing others and start seeing strangers as brothers, your brain will become the happiest of all, be it summer, spring, winter, or fall. When you pray for others, share their feeling, in touching their lives, you will find healing. Help others feel safe and cherished. The joys in your brain will surely flourish. If you agree, then don't wait. Don't miss the feast, nor leave it to fate. Start with the one a breath away. In this moment, now, today. Start with the one a breath away. In this moment, now, today.
Broody the brain came back from school with 2 important concepts. First, seeing others in pain, physical or emotional, fires his own pain network. And second, his imaginary fears cause him real damage. The school also taught him solutions to these neural predispositions through cultivating deeper gratitude and compassion. The daily practice of gratitude and compassion made Rudy happier and stronger than ever. He defeated fear and self-doubt and then felt safe and worthy. The brains that feel safe and worthy become happy. Happy brains, when they get busy in meaningful, creative, and altruistic activities, become very happy. Here is the secret to a happier life. Because of the way your brain operates, the pursuit of gratitude and compassion will make you happier than the pursuit.
Next, we're going to be giving you tools to instill calmness, offer opportunities to reflect, and also build connections.
You may not be able to change a highly stressful event, but you can change how you interpret and respond to it. Now we're going to get into the tools and practices that allow us to grow our resilience and our students. At the start, both of our buildings began reaching out to our families each week through family liaisons. This is classified staff specialists and us calling families each week just to check in, just to stay connected. We also have increased our Twitter presence with virtual spirit days and self-care bingo. Self-care bingo is just a great way to model that self-care in action with our students and families. GRAPES is a great acronym and visual to help us and our students and families to be intentional with caring for ourselves. It can be adapted for younger students as well. So the acronym GRAPES. G, be gentle with yourself. R, take time to relax. A, do something that gives you a feeling of accomplishment. P, do something that brings you pleasure. E, exercise. And S, social. Just because we are physically distant does not mean we can't be socially connected. Class-wide activities we can include. The most important thing to remember is you're not alone on this journey. While you may not be able to control all of your circumstances, you can grow by focusing on the aspects of life's challenges you can manage with the support of loved ones and trusted professionals. These activities can help both students and families to remember that they are not alone in this. We are here with them. Morning meetings is a key practice that we were using at Benny Hoven, which includes the greeting, the sharing activity, and morning message. You can still have those morning meetings with the greeting of possibly a virtual high five. The share, it could be a picture and why they chose it, and share a book that you've read or that they might read. Just share a brain break that you may take during the day. Have a challenge. An activity could be have a challenge of the day, and they can post it on your online platform. And then the message, just have a message for them to respond to on your board when they join, so that there is some control of the chaos, because oftentimes students will be joining at different times. Just some ideas to keep connected and still have that morning meeting that was a foundation of their day.
Some other things that we can do are rituals. When we journal, meditate, pray, or ruminate on positive aspects of our life and recall things that we're grateful for, even during these personal trials, that helps us to foster mental wellness. So rituals such as affirmations and mantras help us practice positive self-talk. They're positive self-talk in action. They're declarations to counteract any negative thoughts we might be having, any anxiety we might be having. Mantras aid us in slowing down our thoughts. And then journaling. We've linked a few different journals here just as a starter. Present Not Perfect is a great resource. There is roughly 100 pages of journal prompts. And like Paula mentioned, it's a great way to put something in your Seesaw, or activities in your Seesaw or your Flipgrid for them to respond to. Any of the technology you're already using, these tools are perfect for that.
Check-ins. Whether you use a 5-point scale BIS, zones, or emojis. Just check in with your students. We've included Google Forms to help you assess the student feelings. And then the self-care routine, promoting positive lifestyle factors like proper nutrition, ample sleep, hydration, and regular exercise can strengthen the body to adapt to stress and reduce the toll of emotions like anxiety and depression. Responsive Classroom provides some ideas of how to embed these self-care routines into the lessons you're already providing.
We've also provided emotions exit tickets. We know that exit tickets are formative assessments to see where our students are at. This one just provides an emotional component as well, so that you can see where your students are at emotionally and academically, so that you can continue to connect with them even in their distance learning. Another tool for continuing to instill a sense of normalcy and focus on social emotional health and growth are read alouds. You can find so many books out there that have social emotional themes embedded within them, and then you can create an activity around that. For example, The Most Magnificent Thing. You can read that book and then have them create their most magnificent thing, emphasizing that growth mindset, perseverance, that trend of never giving up. And that's a great way to also do a share activity in your morning meeting. Your students can share their most magnificent thing. Another activity you can do with your class is to create regulation plans for home. I like to think of a regulation plan as a 3-step process: prevention, intervention, and postvention. So, prevention: what can a student do to prevent feeling overwhelmed, anxious? Those mantras, affirmations, self care plans. Intervention: what can they do in the moment? Those are their coping skills that they might already know: deep breathing, identifying a safe spot in the house to go take a break. And then postvention: what can they do after a moment or a big emotion to repair any harm that's been done, or to really process through to think about what they could do differently next time? My Cope Cake is a fun, interactive way to visualize that intervention piece for some of our students. We've also provided a list of emotions and feelings activities just to get you started. Color My Heart is a fun one, where you don't have to assign a color. The students can assign a color to an emotion, and then they color their heart and show it to you. It's a great visual tool, again, for them to be able to express themselves, and they might not always want to talk about it. Our Circle of Control activity. It's especially helpful for children during stressful situations like this. It helps children identify situations that they can control versus situations that they can't control. And then you can take it a step further and help them develop coping skills or identify coping skills for those things that they can't control. Virtual feeling scavenger hunts, emotional health bingo. I particularly like the write down, rip up, and throw away stress activity. You write down the things that you've really been thinking about, the things that just won't get out of your head. You write it down, rip it up, and then you tangibly throw all those worries, that stress, away.
Mindfulness. We have included videos, apps, and an ebook to assist students and families be more mindful, being in that present moment. Help them normalize from afar, just so they can just be calm. We've also included the online Uno, Getting to Know You Uno, and some Zones Uno are fun activities that can be done from a distance. And then we also included a SEL home learning pack full of lots of activities that can be easily uploaded to Seesaw, just so the students can continue to learn and grow socially and emotionally while we are apart.
Your exit ticket for today is to think about 3 things that you learned and you feel like you can use right now. 2 things you found interesting, but you really need to explore more, and a question you still have that you can talk with at your PLC, or you can email Paula or myself.
Thank you for choosing RPD. We know there were a lot of great options. We would love if you share your ideas and resources on the link Padlet. We've shared a great one to get you started. Now spend 15 to 20 minutes exploring all these resources we've shared today. Thank you.
Thank you, and stay safe.